The Sicilian defense controls the d4 square with c-pawn. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center to prepare for a d4 pawn. Knight c6 helps control both the d4 square and the e5 square. Bishop b5 attacks the knight on c6 and prepares to castle kingside. e6 controls the d5 and f5 squares and allows the queen and dark-squared bishop to develop. Bishop takes c6, captures the knight, and forces black to double their c-pawns. Recaptures. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. Moving from its starting spot, the queen gets involved in the game. Castling kingside tends to be safer than queenside because the king is further from the center. Developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. This creates space for the king to move in case it is attacked. A solid choice. This is the strongest option. Right on target. Very precise. The knight finds a new active square. This strikes at the center with a pawn, trying to gain space. This activates a bishop by developing it off of its starting square. White develops the knight and attacks the center. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. This gives away a free pawn. That pawn was free for the taking. This misses an opportunity to develop a rook off its starting square. This is the only good move. One more piece joins the action. That was a free pawn. Applying pressure to white's pawn chain. This is the strongest option. This defends the attacked pawn. This misses an opportunity to attack a pawn chain. This is an equal trade. Takes back. Applying pressure to white's pawn chain. Right on target. This connects the rooks, which helps them work together. This leads to losing a pawn. Taking that pawn wins material after the follow-up trades are made. Black was better off, but now their position is winning. This attacks a rook, winning a tempo when it moves away. This loses material, but the position was losing no matter what. This captures a free rook. Recaptures. Black will be winning a pawn with that fork. This misses an opportunity to centralize a knight so it controls more squares. That pawn capture will win material after all trades are complete. This threatens to tactically win a bishop. This permits the opponent to eventually win material. This wins material. This overlooks a better way to move a bishop to safety. Only one move worked there, and this wasn't it. This allows the opponent to eventually win a pawn. This wins a pawn. Takes back. The knight was sacrificed, a stunning move. Very precise. White will be winning material with that fork. This steps away from the checking knight. Capturing that rook wins material. Recaptures. This stops the opponent from being able to force an isolated pawn. This overlooks an opportunity to centralize a knight so it controls more squares. White's bishop has moved to a square with greater activity and control. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. This misses an opportunity to move a piece to safety. This allows the opponent to eventually win material. This overlooks an opportunity to eventually win material. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. This makes a passed pawn. This evades the check from the rook. This threatens to tactically win a queen. This threatens to win material through a tactic. This stops the opponent from being able to win material through a tactic. This evades the check from the bishop. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This misses a better way to recapture a piece. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. This is the strongest option. This is the only move that works. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This is an equal trade. Recaptures. This is not the right idea. This move puts the bishop on a safer square. Right on target. This threatens to tactically win a knight. This move puts the knight on a safer square. This overlooks an opportunity to take an outpost with a bishop. This allows the opponent to activate the king by getting it off of the back rank. This activates the king in the endgame by getting it off of the back rank. One of the best moves. This misses an opportunity to increase a bishop's scope by moving it to a better square. Black was worse off, but now they are in a losing position. This takes an outpost, a square where the bishop cannot be kicked out by a pawn. Very precise. A very strong play. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. The knight is kicked by a pawn and must now move or be captured. This misses a better way to move a knight to safety. This is the strongest option. Right on target. Very precise. A solid choice. This is the strongest option. This takes an outpost, a square where the knight cannot be kicked out by a pawn, putting the piece on a blockade square.